You owe it to yourself to become the person you were meant to be. No one else is responsible for your success. This is your journey and it starts with you. So stop waiting for the right time or the perfect circumstances because they'll never come. The time to act is now. Don't complain, don't grumble, don't speak negatively. Average people talk casually and spend their time whining and pointing fingers. They focus on problems, but the great ones focus on solutions. I take full ownership. Michael Jordan, as a kid, dreamed of hitting the game-winning shot. Kobe did too. The greats don't just show up in the first quarter or the second. They play with urgency because they know when the clock runs out, it's either a win or a loss. There's no in-between. That mindset is what makes them great. They don't play for personal glory. They play for the team. When asked who the greatest is, MJ or LeBron, Michael Jordan didn't say me. She said, you've got it twisted. It's not about the greatest player, it's about the greatest team. Average people struggle to forgive and hold on to pain, but the greats do whatever it takes to move forward and find peace. This is our moment. I will push through every challenge, every setback, and every obstacle with sheer will. If you're still breathing, you're not finished. You've got another level in you. When you reach the top of the tree, all the fruit that was at the bottom is still up there. You'll get it. So stop focusing on cars, money, and material things. Start focusing on your purpose. Why were you born at this exact time in history? Why are you here now? You need to tell yourself that you owe you. I'm not asking for anything except for you to leave this moment with clarity. What do you want in your marriage, with your children and your health, financially? How much do you want to earn? What do you want to drive? How do you want to live? Stop waking up like it's by accident. What do you want? And once you figure that out, commit your entire life to waking up and chasing it down. People ask why I speak with so much passion, why I sound so intense, because this isn't theory, it's my life. I ate from trash cans. You don't need a perfect family or money to start. Your parents don't need degrees. It's not about the hand you're dealt. There are wealthy kids addicted to drugs, kids who've taken their lives, and many who feel lost. It's not the hand, it's how you play it. Every opportunity might be your last chance. Every time I step up, I have to prove myself again. Yes, I still get nervous, even after years of doing this. Why? Because the moment you stop growing and reflecting, you start dying. That's the moment someone else, grinding in silence, will catch you. And I'm not where I want to be yet. So I cried out to God, I'm not there yet. And he said, stop acting like a victim. I said, but it's not my fault my mom was 17 when she had me. It's not my fault my dad wasn't there. It's not my fault they couldn't make it work. He said, you're grown now. You're not 10 anymore. The choices you make now, they're on you. You're still crying over childhood pain, but you're not a child anymore. You're an adult. Take full ownership. No one made you waste time on video games. So what if your dad wasn't around? So what if your mom had to remarry? She worked hard and did her best. You weren't abused. You had a roof over your head. Stop crying. You've been lazy most of your life. And now someone told you that you can make 6 figures, but when you try to knock on opportunity's door 100 times, your body says you're lying. You've never given 100% before. To get to 100, you're going to have to give 120. When doubt shows up, you'll have to fight and keep fighting. Most people won't be successful, not because they aren't capable, but because they can't outlast their old selves. They can't push through long enough to become the person they're meant to be. Every day I wake up to demands. You have them too. The reason you're not where you want to be isn't because you're not talented. It's because you're putting other people's needs first before you even understand your own. So raise your hand if today you're ready to commit to yourself like never before. Say it with me. I will grind. I will fight. I will work. I will keep moving forward. I will learn every single day. I'll do everything in my power to be a victor, not a victim. I didn't get here making excuses. You got to reach the point where it hurts. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. But I didn't cry about it. No, I'm not part of a country club. I don't hang out with the elite, but I will be successful. I will rise. Why? Because I owe it to myself, and the only one who can stop me is me. You won't destroy us. You won't defeat us until my last breath. It's about mental strength, mental toughness. We can, we will, we must get through this. That's the beauty of success. If you stay stuck in failure long enough, you'll get comfortable there. But when you step into success, you start to crave more. Just like you adapted to struggle, you'll adapt to winning. So I got my master's degree, then I went for my PhD, we released an album, I wrote 3 books. Now I'm chasing more. I've got a fire for success. Now I'm training for a marathon. I've got another book on the way. Now I'm aiming for a Nobel Peace Prize. Now we're building a reality show. I'm telling you, you can move from the dark side, from low self-worth, from doubt and fear. You can find your way over here, because over here, it's sweeter. You don't know what you want. That's the problem. Execution is worship. Execution is worship. Execution is worship. When you start executing, people let a lot of stuff slide. And I'm telling you, if you execute, you'll be on a whole different level. So I ask again, what do you want? Because some of you are great, you are phenomenal, but you're not walking in it. Accept it, then walk in it. The dream is yours, but you keep saying, I'm not worthy of the dream, and maybe you're not. But it was given to you anyway. Some of you say, I don't know what I want. I'm not walking in my greatness. My self-esteem isn't where it should be. I'm accepting things I shouldn't accept. But when you leave today, you better be ready to embrace the real you. If you're trying to get to the next level of success, you have to know what that looks like. Someone can only help you if you know what you're aiming for. I knew what I wanted, and that's the first step for some of you. Get to a place where you're clear about what you want. And once you find it, spend every single day of your life waking up and going after it. That's what I do. Every day I wake up with a fire to chase my goals. But if you don't know what you want, what are you even waking up for? You ask E.T., why am I not fired up? Why do I keep sleeping in? It's because you don't have a reason to get up. No vision, no drive. But it's time to stop making excuses and find a way to win, because when you start winning, opportunities start opening. Things start happening, doors open, but only if you don't quit in the process. You can't give up just because it doesn't look like it's working. When you become a winner, you start attracting other winners. So create a culture of winning. You don't need to win at everything, just win one day at a time. Champions keep going even when they have nothing left in the tank. That's the difference. That's what separates the greats. When it's all gone, energy, time, money, that's when it starts. When you find a way out of no way, when you find breath you didn't know you had, energy you thought was gone, that's when it's showtime. When you want it as bad as you want to breathe, that's when the breakthrough comes. I wish I could tell you to rest when you're tired. I wish I could say it gets easier, but the truth is it doesn't. The weight doesn't get lighter. You have to find strength within. You have to push yourself. Until you know what you want, you won't find peace, you won't sleep well, you haven't even started living if you haven't figured out your why. When you do, that why will push you, elevate you, drive you, and it's got to be bigger than you. When you find your why, you stop hitting snooze. You get up and make it happen. There is no excuse for not living up to your potential. Winners win, losers lose. I can't explain it any simpler. What changed? I changed. I stopped being a victim. I stopped waiting for good things to happen to me. I said, I'm going to grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to press forward. Every single day, I'm going to do everything I can to be a victor, not a victim. Don't accept what others told you was going to be part of your life. Just because someone said you'll always struggle doesn't make it true. Just because they said you'd never make it, that your marriage won't last, your kids won't succeed, that's not your truth. That's not your life. And the reason I say it's my fault, even when it's not my fault, is because the moment I say it's your fault, I give you control over my life. And I will never give another human that power. It's my problem, my responsibility. I'm coming up with the solution. Some of y'all ain't even trying. You've given up before you even started. I'm taking ownership. You get to decide how you live. You live life on your terms. Go again. Will your way through it. Some things you can skill your way through, but others you've got to will your way through. And where there is no struggle, there is no progress. I must. You saw that game, they were down by 20, away game, but before that, he hit 77 three-pointers in a row at practice. In the game, he had his eyes closed and still made the shot. Muscle memory. He wasn't thinking about the scoreboard. He was thinking about the reps, the training, the grind. Down by 3, he remembered those 77. Just give me the rock. With seconds left on the road, eyes closed, he let it fly. Boom! Because of what he did in the dark. That team didn't win because of game time. They won because of practice. This is your year, your moment. If not you, who? If not now, when? This is you. Nobody can stop you but you. Stop acting average. You're not average. You're great. You're phenomenal. So stop pretending you're not. Are you really going to let a high school dropout, someone who lived in abandoned buildings and ate out of trash cans, me, outdo you? I could barely read when I got to college. You're more than that. So today, decide to stop running, decide to step into it. Don't fear your life anymore. Step into it. You feel lost because deep down, you don't even know what you want. And when you don't know what you want, life controls you. You don't control life, you drift, you react, you survive, but you don't live. That's the truth. But let me tell you something. Execution is worship. When you lock in, when you stop talking and start doing, the game changes. People overlook your flaws when you execute. Doubters get quiet when you produce. Doors open when you show up, not with excuses, but with results. Execution separates the average from the elite, the weak from the warriors. But here's the real question. What do you want? Because some of you, man, you are absolutely phenomenal, brilliant, gifted, powerful, but you're not walking in it. You're not claiming it. You're sitting on your greatness like it's nothing. It's time to stop shrinking. It's time to stop acting like you're less than. Accept your greatness, embrace it, and then walk in it. The dream is already yours, but you're talking yourself out of it, saying you're not worthy. Guess what? Maybe you're not, maybe you don't deserve it, but it was given to you anyway, so what are you going to do with it? You say, I don't know what I want, and that's the real problem. That's why you're stuck. That's why you feel empty. Because until you figure that out, until you have a target, your energy has nowhere to go. And when you don't know what you want, you wake up tired. You sleep in, you procrastinate, you quit early. Why? Because you don't have a reason to keep going. But once you discover your reason, your why, you will never hit snooze again. You'll wake up on fire, you'll chase it like your life depends on it, because it does. You better stop blaming the world and start building a world you want to live in. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Winners don't wait, they work. Winners find a way, even when they have nothing left, even when it's dark, even when it's painful, even when they're broke, tired, and alone. They find another gear. When everyone else quits, they keep going. When everyone else says it's impossible, they say, watch me. That's the difference between average and unstoppable. That's the gap between the crowd and the chosen. I wish I could tell you it gets easier, but that would be a lie. It doesn't. The path doesn't get easier, you get stronger. The weight doesn't lighten, you get more powerful. You learn how to carry it. You learn how to fight for it. You learn how to rise above it. You learn how to keep going when the tank is empty, when your heart is broken, when your dreams feel far away. Because that's when it really counts. That's when champions are made. You want change? Then stop running, stop hiding, stand up and own it. Take complete control. No more excuses. No more, my teacher didn't support me, my parents let me down, my circumstances aren't fair. So what? It's your life. Take it back. You don't get to blame anymore. You don't get to point fingers anymore. You want freedom? It comes with ownership. When you blame, you give away your power. And I don't care what they did. You're responsible for what you do next. Have you ever looked yourself in the mirror and said, I let me down? Not your boss, not your parents, not your friends, you. Until you get there, you're not ready to grow. You have to take a hard look at who you are and how you're living and decide, is this it? Is this who I want to be? Because until you change you, your life won't change. You can't want more and keep doing less. You can't chase greatness with average habits. You've got to push yourself to give 120% or don't bother showing up. And I'm not mad, I'm passionate because I believe in you. You weren't made to be average. You weren't made to be stuck. You weren't made to just survive. You were made to thrive. So I need you to fight for you. Not your boss, not your coach, not your mama, you. For the next 30 days, I need you to give yourself everything you've got, because this ain't about proving something to the world. It's about proving something to yourself, that you're stronger than your fear, that you're bigger than your pain, that you were built for more. So be intentional, be deliberate, stop hoping for greatness, start creating it. The pros don't hope, they prepare. The pros don't show up once in a while, they show up every single day. And they dominate. Start thinking like a champion. Stop starting over every week. Stop being strong on Monday and week by Wednesday. Be consistent, be relentless, be undeniable. You say you want change, but do you really? Because if you did, you'd change. You'd stop making excuses. You'd stop blaming people. You'd stop repeating the same patterns. If you were ready to become who you're meant to be, you'd already be doing it. So here's the truth. If you want something you've never had, you have to become someone you've never been. Growth requires sacrifice, clarity, focus, discipline, and heart. And yes, it will hurt. And yes, it will take time, but the reward is freedom, power, fulfillment, legacy, purpose. Your kids are watching, your future is waiting, and the clock is ticking. So stop settling, stop playing small, stop being average. You are not average, you are greatness in motion. So act like it, talk like it, move like it. You've got everything you need inside of you. Now it's time to bring it out. No more talking, no more doubting, no more delay. This is your moment, this is your time. If not you, who? If not now, when? You might be committed, but that's not enough. You can't expect what people with conviction have when you're only playing with commitment. Let me break it down. You're mad because you're not starting, because your coach isn't giving you the spotlight. The issue isn't your coach. The issue is that you're just committed, but you're not convicted. That's the problem. Commitment is about showing up when it's convenient. Conviction is about showing up every single day, no matter how you feel. It's not about waiting for the game day. It's about dominating in practice, dominating in the grind, dominating when nobody's watching. Kobe was convicted about basketball. Michael Jordan, same. They didn't just want to be great, they had to be great. Their entire mindset, their entire life was built around being the best, not just when it was convenient, but all the time. No excuses, no shortcuts, because they knew nobody wanted it as bad as they did. You think you can roll out of bed and dominate when you haven't put in the work? That's a fantasy. You want to compete at the highest level, you've got to live it every single day. Some of y'all let your feelings control you. I'm not feeling it today. I'm not with it. Guess what? That's why you're not a champion. Champions don't care about feelings. They care about results. When I don't feel like it, I run anyway. When I don't feel like doing the work, I do it anyway. You don't think Michael Jordan missed a practice or a workout because he didn't feel like it? No, he was convicted. And that's why he's MJ. That's why he's considered one of the greatest. It wasn't talent alone, it was conviction. Listen to me, if you're not doing it when you don't feel like it, then you're not convicted. You think this game is about skills and talent? Sure, that's part of it. But the real key is what happens when the lights aren't on. It's how you work in the dark that sets you apart. When everyone else is sleeping, you're up, putting in the work. Dominate in the morning when no one else is. If you're not dominating in the dark, when the lights come on, you'll crumble. You think you can show up on game day and expect to outshine others who are putting in the grind every single day? You're wrong. If you can't dominate in practice, you can't dominate when it counts. It's about building consistency, building strength in the grind, the mundane, the hours nobody notices. It doesn't count what you do in practice if you're not giving your best every single time. That effort, that commitment, it's not enough. The real challenge, it's not just about showing up. It's about showing up and executing when it's tough, executing when everyone else is giving up. Because in the fourth quarter, when your legs are shaking, when you feel like you're done, that's when the real beast comes out. The real challenge is about digging deeper when the tank is empty and pulling something out when nobody else has anything left. That's when champions are made. Not when it's easy, not when it's comfortable, but when it's hard. When you don't want to get out of bed, but you get up. Anyway, when you don't feel like running, but you run anyway. That's when you separate yourself from the pack. You've got to make a decision. No one will outwork you. You wake up every day with one thing on your mind: dominate. Dominate in the gym. Dominate in your sleep. Dominate when no one else is watching. You want to know why I can show up and dominate when the lights come on? Because I dominate the dark first. It's not about the game day, it's about the grind. It's about the unseen hours. You need to get serious about your life. The game is a reflection of what you do when the cameras aren't on you. Don't talk about your dreams, don't talk about your ambitions unless you're ready to put in the work. Because if you're not putting in the effort when it counts, you'll never get what you want when it's time to show up. You want to win? Then dominate every moment. From the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep. Dominate the practice. Dominate the workouts. Dominate when it hurts. Dominate when it's uncomfortable. The lights will come on, but they won't be the reason you succeed. You will succeed because of everything you did before they turned on. And you've got to make sure you're ready every time, no excuses, no exceptions. Because when you dominate the small things, you'll dominate the big moments. You think MJ was just born great? No, he was convicted to be great, and that's something you can't fake. So make a decision today to stop playing small. Start playing like a champion every single day. Your future is waiting, but only if you're willing to put in the work now. Let me break this down even further, because this is about more than just showing up. This is about dominating and taking control of your life. You look at guys like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, and what sets them apart isn't just their physical skills, it's their mentality. MJ didn't care where he played, whether it was Utah, Chicago, or Milwaukee. He didn't need a Game 7 to decide his greatness. He was convinced that when he stepped on the court, he was going to dominate. There's no excuse in his game. He didn't need to win by a last-second shot to prove himself. MJ just dominated over and over again. Three-peat, then a comeback, another three-peat. It wasn't about the opponent. It was about the mentality, the drive to dominate. And I need y'all to start thinking the same way. Dominate your space. Here's the truth. You can't win if you can't see it. You've got to have vision for your future, for your success. You have to see it in your mind before it ever becomes real. Visualize yourself winning in practice. Visualize yourself winning the championship. It starts with visualization, with seeing yourself in that winning moment. You wake up every day knowing that you were here before you were here. You were already envisioning your success before the world saw it. I'm telling you, it's a mindset. When I get up at 3:00 IMM, I don't need an alarm clock to wake me up. My body knows it's time to dominate. I'm up, and while the rest of the world is sleeping, I'm grinding. Discipline is what gets you to the top. Discipline is when you go so hard for so long that even when you don't feel like it, you push through. You keep pushing through because you've got to dominate no matter the obstacles. In the dark, when no one is watching, that's when the real work happens. A real man in the dark works harder than anyone can see because he knows the results will show. You're not promised that your best days will last forever. But if you set a standard, if you stay disciplined, you'll never fall off. You see, success isn't a guarantee, it's a result of consistent work. And just because you made it this far doesn't mean you're going to make it tomorrow unless you keep pushing. What's your standard? My standard has been waking up at 3:00 a.m. and putting God first for decades. It's non-negotiable. Whether I'm in Dubai or in the States, my routine doesn't change. My standard is built on discipline, and I refuse to let anything or anyone pull me off that path. That's the mentality you've got to have. I've set a standard for my life and my family. I don't care if my dad wasn't around, I broke the cycle, and I went for it all, and I kept pushing. I set a standard of education. I didn't just get my GED. I went on to get a master's and a PhD, not because I'm the smartest, but because I set a standard. My kids are growing up in a home where success is expected. That's my standard, and you've got to set yours. I know it's going to be a fight. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard as hell, but you can't keep doing this for just your freshman or sophomore year. At some point, you've got to take life by the throat. You have to go after what you want. Stop being scared of the challenge. Some of you are afraid of math. Go get it. Don't run from it. Don't run from your fears. Don't run from your weaknesses. Go face them head on and take them out. Get the grades you need. Get the knowledge you lack. Go knock on doors for that scholarship. Don't be scared to ask for help or the opportunity. Your future is on the other side of your fears. Success isn't just about skill when you get to a certain level. It's about your stamina. It's about sweat, blood, tears. No shortcuts. Stop looking for shortcuts. You got to earn it. You got to fight for it. When 1,000 other people want exactly what you want, what are you going to do? You have to outwork them. You have to execute. You have to apply everything you've learned. You've got to get up earlier, stay up later, do the work, even when it's hard. If you're sick or going through something, it doesn't matter. As long as you're breathing, you're still in the game. As long as you're alive, you can still make it happen. The only time you're out of the game is when you give up. You think you're down? You're not down. You're just in the fight. When I speak with so much passion, it's because I'm talking about my own life. No excuses. Stop letting your words control you. Let your actions lead. It doesn't matter what you're going through. You still have to act, still have to show up, still have to put in the work. The most successful people on this planet have a routine, and they're obsessed with it? Are you obsessed with your routine? Are you waking up every day doing the same thing to move you toward your goals? What do you want? What do you want out of life? What do you want in your marriage, your health, your finances? You've got to be clear. Stop waking up like it's an accident. Know what you want and then spend every day going after it. That's when you'll start to see success. Enough is enough. You've got to make a decision. Stop being average. It's showtime. This right here is about taking ownership of your life and never making excuses. No matter the odds, no matter the difficulty, never say it can't be done. Even if you don't think it's possible, you don't say that out loud. You keep the mentality that it can get done, and then you go out and prove it. Whatever you do, you've got to give it everything you've got. No distractions, no more parties, no more wasting time. If you don't have a 4 GPA, then you need to be studying. Get off the phone, block out distractions, and focus. This isn't a game. Your success will depend on how much time and effort you're willing to put in. You got to commit. Be unavailable until your goals are met. It's not about being popular or following trends. It's about getting to the point where nobody can do it like you do it. But you can't get there if you love sleep, love distractions, love alcohol, or love things that take you away from your grind. Your dreams should drive you. Why are you here on earth at this time? What's your purpose? I don't care what anybody says. You owe it to yourself to chase your dreams, to focus on what really matters. If you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be great, your value system must reflect that. Rich people don't waste time. They know that time is the most valuable commodity. When they're not working, they're studying their craft, sharpening their skills, getting better every day. Success isn't handed to you. It's earned through hard work, focus, and discipline. You've got to stop letting other people's demands control you. You have to learn who you are, what you want, and go after it. This is about not being average. Whatever you do, do it with passion, intensity, and focus. It's not about following the crowd or doing things the same way. It's about carving your own path and dominating that path. You've got to grind, fight, learn, and grow every single day. You've got to become a victor, not a victim. The day you stop growing is the day you start dying. It's the day the person behind you catches up. Opportunities don't last forever, so treat each one like it's your last. Each opportunity is a chance to prove yourself again. So take massive action and stop making excuses. Dream big. The people who dream big, who see things far beyond the surface, live lives that are different. They live life with purpose, with passion, and with energy. Bring it all together and dominate the game. Now, you have to ask yourself, what's your why? Why do you wake up in the morning? Why do you put on that jersey? Why do you step onto that field or into that office? If you can't answer that with everything you've got, you're not ready. You've got to commit to your goal. Breathe it, eat it, sleep it. If you're not willing to give your entire self to what you want, you will never achieve greatness. Winners win because they have heart. It's not just about being smart. It's about your heart, your drive, your willingness to put everything on the line. You can't afford to sleep until you succeed. The moment you make a commitment to go after your calling, everything changes. For a long time, I had a victim mindset, blaming others for my struggles, for where I was in life. I realized I was the one holding myself back. The hardest thing I've ever done was to look in the mirror and apologize to myself. I had to take responsibility for my own choices, for the life I created, and then commit to changing it. Here's the thing. You can't compare your journey to anyone. You don't have their context, their story, or their struggles. You are on your own unique path, and the only way to win is to focus on your journey, not someone else's. Everything starts from the inside. When you understand that, you can start using all the knowledge and experience around you to build your own success. You are your greatest asset. Invest in yourself, because when you do, there's nothing that can stop you.